by that wonderful learning this morning. Are we all excited? Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Okay, thank you very much once again, sir, for this opportunity you always give to us. I don't know why Linda is smiling. Indeed, it's a great day. Pastor has talked to us about the forthcoming election, about us voting and doing what is right. And I want to plead with us that we can't go and get our PVCs. It is our civic responsibilities. There's no way you can vote right without voting with your PVCs. It's still very much open to on the 29th. Let us go, even on Saturdays and Sundays. They are very much open from 9 to 3 p.m. Also, I want to encourage us, whether you are a pastor, you are into business, whatever it is you do, I think this is the right time for us to get involved in what is happening around us politically. We have been told a lot of times that politics is dirty. And I will say yes, exactly dirty because the right people have refused to go into it. But when you have people, when you have business owners, you have pastors, you have professionals going into the political sphere, they will sanitize it, sensitize it, sanitize it, and then we'll have something good out there. Not people that we don't know their background, people with questionable characters, questionable financial muscles going in there. I think it's time for us to send them packing. So I want to encourage us. Let us go into that space and do what we can do. Somebody also posted recently, I've heard something related to that. The first time the person listened, the 7 a.m. preaching, the preaching of prayer of Jereze, I joined it as well. The person said most of the prayer points that they bring up, that they pray, that if we were to have good leadership in place, 90% of those prayer points would have been answered already. And I also understood with that person. Some time ago, a friend of mine traveled to US and he said most of these things we pray for in Africa. If you are over there, you don't provide it because they are already provided for. So if we have good governance in place, you will see that most of these things that we pray for, we will not be praying for it. In fact, we'll be appreciating God because an average Nigerian is a hardworking person. If you have policies and things in place, believe you me, you will succeed. I also want to use the opportunity to thank God for everything He has done for my business, me and my wife. It's not been easy. If you are into business, that of business has gone down, and we understand what is happening, but we are still standing. December is supposed to be a season or a period of harvest in most business. Our own was like, see, it was a time of desert. A lot of things was happening here and there, but we could still stand. So we thank God. I want to appreciate all the conveners, and the other facilitators that took us yesterday. We're going to be looking at tips on business startup. We are going to be looking at a case study of YUMMIE Delite, how it has been. We're going to be looking at how we started. The story of every great business at times is not always sweet. It's not always sweet. It takes perseverance. It takes more than passion. And I will tell you this: you can start a business with passion, but passion cannot sustain that business. If you do that mistake, you're going to end up a failure. Start your business on the aspect of passion, but passion is not going to sustain that business. We're also going to be looking at how we attracted customers to today without setting up a restaurant. Part of our goals this year, we'll set up just 2 goals, and one of it is for us to set up like a restaurant or a place where people can come, can see us. So people have been coming around. When they come to where we are presently, they've been asking, where are these? Why are you guys here? Why are you guys for 10 years plus? We have been doing this without a restaurant, and we have been able to cater to a lot of many multinationals, a lot of many companies, because of one or two things that the founders put in place. We're also going to be looking at how we structured our back office. Every great companies you see today, you see out there, all the work was done from the back office. All the things you see outside were done on the back office. All the trainings, they've talked about total excellence. These things are things that you do from the back office. They will not see you burning the candle night. What they only see are the things you see in front. One of the key things I wrote is customers don't want to see your sweat. They want to see your result. They don't want to, no matter what you are, they just want to see your result. A customer can call us. We can have 50 customers at once calling us. It's we that knows that 50 people are calling us. We're going to have issues with delivery. But customers, what they see is just them. They don't want to see the challenges you're passing through. They want to see your results. So how did we structure this to be able to meet up a lot of these things? We're going to be looking at that. We're also going to be looking at how we secured capital to push our businesses. How I wish it was yesterday. I would have loved to do. I would still want to do that. GT Bank has really been a wonderful bank that has really supported us in millions for us to push our business. But there was a phase that never happened. As a small scale business, banking is a no-go area in terms of loan. They told us earlier, you go to a bank, they will tell you use 1 year. If the bank with us 1 year, it turned to 5 years. They will tell us bank for a period. After that period, story will change. But one day we were just called and they told us, do you think you can have something of this amount? I would say yes, we could. And it came from there. That was a bank we just started with, and they help us to be able to return every financial glory to, apart from God, we give it to them. They have done so much for us. Thank you. So we're going to get to that aspect. We're also going to look at it as well. Now we're going to look at the journey of YUMMIE DELITE. Like I said, not all major startups, their stories are not always smooth. The stories are not always sweet. It takes perseverance. It takes determination for you to push through amidst all the challenges. The meeting has to do with so many years ago. That was 10 years ago. By the way, YUMMIE DELITE is co-owned, co-founded by a couple, Christy and I. That's my beautiful wife, Jessica, and me. Many years ago, I found myself working in the hospitality industry. By the way, Pastor talked about it's not about your qualification. It's not about your environment, it's not about your background. I finished my SSC, came down to Lagos. I was able to, that's when I lost my guardians. I came down to work to sort myself out. I sent myself to school. I wanted to be an IT personnel, but I found myself working in a hospitality industry. That was where I met my beautiful wife. We got talking. The chemistry we felt was not just only on the relation, but it also related to our goals. She wanted something that has to do with food because of my upbringing. The same thing with me, my upbringing has to do with the food aspect. I also found ourselves working in that environment. Having significant experience in the hospitality industry and business management for over 60 years, the founders decided to invest rather in our passion, and that's how we started. That's how we started Mark Christie. We met. Not all relationships that comes and go that way. We met and we could see something that a lot of us could not see. I saw my weakness in her, and my own weakness was her strength, and our own weakness was my strength. So we could come together and then do something we planned, and then we started Mark Christie. Mark Christie was, my name was MC and her name was Christie, and then we had the noodles attached to it. Like I said, every startup has a kind of wonderful story. How did we come about this? we started selling drinks. The picture you see in the year 2023, that was the picture of 2013. That was the picture of our first outlet to show you how it is. That was about, that's 2023, that should be 10 years ago, if I am correct. That is selling drinks. From drinks, we, at that time, the only place you can get noodles were from the Malams. And it's only noodles and egg that was running them. There was nothing like fish and what have you. Now, somebody came to sit in our place to get drinks, wanted noodles, we did noodles for him, and he said, okay, add pepper soup into it. From there, because of the kind of people that we are, you see, opportunity comes in tiny seeds. Opportunity does not always come open. So it's very important that whenever we pray, we always ask God, give us, open our eyes to see opportunities. They come small. It's you that will make it the way you want to make it. There's opportunities in everything. Some of us don't want to start small, and it's a major problem. Don't think, even if you're thinking big, you have to start small. Somebody came and just eating pepper soup and noodles. Another person saw, he liked it, and we saw an opportunity in that, just in that aspect. That's how we started. Gradually we scrapped off the drinks part of it because the demand was getting out of hands. We had to scrap that out. That's the first place that we had. That was in a mechanic workshop. In case you want to start a business and you're already looking at how to go and rent a bigger place, that's already a challenge. Thank God for nowadays, the era of social media. You can rent a whole plaza in social media, on social media. Nobody questions you on that. Alright, but that's how we started. MC Christian Noodles, now known as YUMMIE Delite, was officially launched with just 2 staffs. That was me and my wife. Though she wasn't my wife then, she was my fiancée then. It started with just me and she. So looking about staffing, some people before they start, they're already thinking about staffing. It's not needed. As a matter of fact, if you're starting any venture, you are everything. We were everything. We were everything. We were the marketer. I worked with the marketer. We were the accountant. We were the cook. We were the delivery agent. This job is not something you say within 30 minutes. And I pity those that will say, without this we cannot start. You will never ever start. When if you are waiting for everything to be in place, just to start with cooking, receiving the calls, we're not receiving the calls. What do you think? When you are starting up, nobody believes in your dream than you. You are just starting and you're bringing somebody. They won't deliver more than you can deliver. Even while on bike going for delivery, I was receiving calls, calling my wife. She does it, quickly go back. We kept pride aside. We were burning with desire to succeed. We oversaw our future. We never looked at our present. We did all those things without looking at the challenges that we had as a then. And mind you, if you're starting any venture and you have all the money in the world, it's another recipe for disaster. Creativity will fly. It's in the place of lack, place of hunger, that's where you think. Because we had nothing, we could think, we could create. If we had all the resources we had as a day before starting, in fact, we would have turned to naught. I don't think we would have still been functioning. So if you want to go into any venture and you have all the money, be very careful. Be very, very careful. You need to understudy your business. It's not everything you pay for. We sat down, we looked at it, we wanted to create a niche. Your unique proposition. Like I said earlier, what was very common then was the Malam guys that does noodles with egg. That was only what was available. Then, unlike now, there were so many things. We sat down, we looked. We can't do what others are doing. We should want to create a niche for ourselves. What did we do? Number one was we're not going to do any other thing apart from noodles. Number two, so we're not going to do anything that you can easily get out there. What's the niche we're creating? If you say you want to eat pizza, a particular company will come to your mind. If you say you want, like now we know in terms of phones, what comes to our mind? iPhone, Samsung. If you want to eat noodles, what should come to your mind should be Christian noodles. For you to build your own blue ocean, you must think out of the box. No matter what, there's nothing you will do today without a competitor. They are everywhere. But you need to do something different. You need to create your unique selling point, your unique position. So we say we're going to create a niche. We're going to do only noodles, and we are going to focus on whatever it takes for us to be the best. And I can tell you that a lot of things that we said 10 years ago, we are still number one till today. We are still number one. Without the shop, we are catering for MTN, we are catering for GT, so many people, without having an outlet. Because we said this is the lane that we want to belong. And we are so good for you to be doing something consistently for the last 10 years. Consistent, the same thing for the last 10 years. If you are going to school, it takes you only 4 or 5 years to graduate. But this one, there wasn't any graduation. We kept doing it, we kept improving. When we're doing all this, there were a lot of challenges. One thing I understand, I believe you should also understand as an entrepreneur, is that you were into business, you were into that business, into that career because of those challenges. That's why you are there. You are not there because there's no roadblocks, there's no bumpy roads. Because of those challenges, what are the challenges? People will call and think, when they look at MC Noodles, MC Christie, they felt we were into entertainment. We said no. Let's look for a name that already tell people about what we do. Gonna do this, you can hear, maybe I would have maybe Etuk and Sons. Those names we were having those days. No. Getting the business name now is a major challenge. It took some days, it took some months. Did 3 names, sent to CSC, it came back, it was just something else. That's one of the challenges we had. Because we saw a bigger picture. So many people have seen them running a particular business for years. They are still in the same spot. They are so comfortable, we were very, very uncomfortable. From the onset, we already established that. Our first year in business, we had a business plan. She said other things yesterday. We had a business plan till today. If you read our business plan, it is the same thing. As a matter of fact, it's now this year that we want to deviate a bit by having an outlet. It was never in our picture to have an outlet. We wanted to stay that way. It got to a point we wanted to have something like Uber. Our food size will be like an Uber. We can have kitchens, maybe like 10 kitchens in Surulere alone. But you never know where we are. You can only use app and book. The next day you get your delivery within 5 or 10 minutes. You never know us. But we can come to this particular place, get a little kitchen, put one gas and somebody's there. But we have a centralized call center. You call one number, you are ShopRite, we call our center around there and they deliver it. We never ever thought of doing that. It's only now we are doing it for 10 years. Having a business plan is actually very, very key. While we're doing all this, the major disaster that we had, but that place you saw was a place that was raised down. That place that we saw. Woke up one early morning, we were in a workshop, in a mechanic workshop. We were called that our business, that day was a shop though, was raised down. What happened? We don't know. Some people say maybe mistake, but this is not something that we believe in. For me, it was an electrical something, but whatever the issues were, we took only 2 things. We took a generator and we took a gas cylinder out. The laptops, the system, everything was gone. And it took us just 1 week to bounce back. No matter the challenges you have as an entrepreneur, if it's something that's coming out of you, you will bounce back. No matter, in fact, you don't see challenges, you see opportunities. This was an opportunity for us to move in case we were so comfortable. It was an opportunity for us to move. The thing God won, we took only those 2 things out. Why not resources? Entrepreneur, you don't keep money anywhere, you don't save. Even up to now, we don't save. That's the truth. Any funds from whenever any fund that comes in, I'm boosting my inventory. I have goods now worth $1 million. We keep boosting inventories, we keep boosting inventories. What do you say? How much do you think banks will give to you if they're saving your money? There's always a need. You always want to innovate, you always want to create. This era of technology, you want to invest, you want to change a lot of things. We have nothing. No assistance. But the little that we could salvage out of that bond stuff, we started it. Before that time, we already created a lot of openings, honesty, trust. We could go to market, we could collect this, we could collect that, and business would then go on and go on and go on. While we're thinking of something outside the box, we thought of creating more products. How do we create more products, but how do we still stay on our core? How do we still maintain our unique proposition? Like I said, if you want a particular thing now, you should know something comes to your mind. We still wanted to introduce rice into our menu. So many eateries then they do rice. And I can tell you, no eatery was doing basmati rice. It's recently I see them, they start doing it. And they don't even do it as good as YUMMIE Delite does their own. I can tell you anywhere, anytime. They don't. Yes. Any reason that will make it, like there's a saying that, what is it? Aisha used to keep saying, we want a period where a man of a nobody will become somebody without any connection or so. That's what happened to us. We were nobody in the system, but from nowhere, we started getting calls from multinationals. Because we decided to say, this is where we want to be, and this is where we are. We introduced basmati rice. Till now, we don't do any other thing apart from basmati rice. No matter what it is, we don't do unless you're doing an event. So we need to create more product by creating our own blue ocean, by pursuing differentiation. But we must remain on our core. What is your core in that business? No matter what it is. What do you want to be known for? At times it might be delivery, speedy delivery. One good thing about SMEs is flexibility. That is the thing that many organizations don't have. Flexibility. They can change at any point in time. They can hit the ground at any point in time. Most organizations don't have these things. We also thought of going online. Very, very key. Many years ago, at 10 years, I doubt there was WhatsApp as at that time. But I will tell you how we're reaching out to customers. As at 10 years ago, we thought of going online. That's when we had our first website. It was quite funny. We had our first website. We also had our first Facebook page. As at then, there was no Instagram as well. But during our transition, we registered our company officially 2014 with the CAC. The name was changed to YUMMIE Delite. We had to create two aspects of the business where we had the YUMMIE Delite on a daily basis services, and we also had the YUMMIE Delite catering where we cater for events. We were also able to relocate to Bode Thomas. We also increased our menu like we talked earlier on, and we were also able to launch online. It's a lot of in faces, men are in sizes. A point to come that you feel, and you will know inside of you that it is time for you to move. And it's better that you do it at that point in time. That is what we did. We moved to a bigger space, and our logo changed from MC Christine to YUMMIE Delite. Everything was added. From that bond shop, we moved to a very good location. You can see from the location that we moved into, what a massive kitchen. As at now, our kitchen now is like ×3 or ×4 of what you are seeing there. Now it's quite big, it's quite massive. We had to get another place entirely. We're using it for our office, and we are using it as our store. Our kitchen is like a warehouse, quite massive. But we need to prepare for something big, and God so kind, they are actually coming. If you can see our pictures there, that's the mechanic workshop. That's how we started. You could see me, you could see my wife, and then you could see my sister, the younger one in the middle. Her name is Gold. So you see that all my family members, I brought them in. Yeah. Where do you have the money to pay all these people? All those 3 guys were our delivery guys. Business was good. It was finally growing. As of 2 years ago, we did this. That's the last job we did for MTN. We did a job for them last year. We did this other one, MTN Yellow. The other year we did also for MTN. But we do it for MTN on a daily basis. That's the owner of one of the founders of GT, and that's founder Diola for Faith Foundation. We catered for them, and that's where I also attended my business school. All the transition, you can see how we started. So there's a story to every business. There's a story to every business. It doesn't have smooth. That's the flyer that we did then. From as Christian, we entered. A lot of things changed. You see, the really was say them, no distance is too far. We value is found. No matter where you are, they will see, they will notice it. Within 3 years, one of the customers that was supplying us drinks noticed what we were doing was quite unique. He talked to a friend that works with this day, and they came to interview us. Where we were, without any shop, without anything, they came to interview us. That's a picture of me and my wife. They gave us 2 full pages, colored. And in a day is like this, you know how much it will cost? It costs millions for you to be interviewed or for you an advert to be run for you for a full page like this. They gave us 2 pages, just 3 years in business. Not because we're doing what others were doing, but because we're being creative about what we were doing. Everybody sells food. Everybody sews clothes. Everybody does a little things. But it's the creative aspect that will stand you out. 2012 got an award as the most respected CEO in the whole Nigeria. In the business that has no face. In the whole Nigeria, most CEO 2021 in the restaurant category. The following year, I got another award from the United Nations. Polar Foundation. This is a business that if you look around, you don't see even a signage. You need to call, where are you guys? But I don't know, I will tell you, wait here, go here, go here, go here. Somebody's going to pick you up, will not come and take you in. When you come, you'll not be amazed. That's how it is. And we've been able to come this far. We're going to be looking at what I call the real hustle. How we attended customers without setting a restaurant. Without setting a restaurant. How do we attract customers? We did flyers. That's what our first flyers. Marketing. No matter the online marketing now, you cannot take away the traditional marketing system. You cannot. It's not everybody that is on social media. Let's not make that mistake. All of them has their own value. At their own places. And social media is also very, very funny. You can pay for ads. They will tell you 50 million people are seeing it. But you will not get even one click. At times we run the ads supposed to be in Surrey and we are getting orders from Ogun State for 1 pack of food. Social media is quite fun when you're running ads. I am in my journey, I've gone through so many trainings. I've also gone for social media marketing. I've gone for graphic designs. One of the things that they taught us is this. So you cannot take away the part of traditional marketing. Whatever it is you do. Now people want people they can relate with. Being all about relationship. People now, social media right now also, there are a lot of issues. Somebody ordered for something for my sister to pick, not knowing that she was due. Saw something online very sweet. Paid for it till today, they've not received the goods. Also at times you pay for something, you don't get what you paid for. So it's imperative that you must cover all aspects of your marketing. All aspects has to be covered, no matter what it is. One of our plans now today, this year, is for us to get a good marketer that will go to companies, not to HR, where we are also running our ads on all social media platforms, doing a lot of things. So we had our first flyers, did our second flyers, did our third flyer. That was the inside and outside. Part of the thing that we talked about our flyer, going to be very creative, is we never wanted to have a flyer that will be only one-sided. The other side will be blank. Somebody can easily turn it and start writing on it. We said never, we're not going to do that. We must have a flyer where something must be on the front and on the back pages. And not something you can squeeze and throw away. Something very quality, something very hard. Till now, that is what we still do. For giving of our flyer, very glossy. And with marks. You can't throw it away. You can't even write anything on top. That's not even right. something you want to always see, you always want to keep. That was our last flyer before we entered YUMMIE Delite. We did an aggressive one-on-one marketing. What did we use? We're using bicycle. If your passion, your business idea is not bigger than you, there is a problem. You are not going to grow. Whether you are into make whatever it is you are into, it's not bigger than you. You might not go far. You might not go far. Because it was so bigger than us. We're not looking at some minor challenges. That period was the time Fashola bound Okada. That was the time they said only 200cc. As an entrepreneur, as a new business person, number one, you have a business anybody can come in and sit down and eat. You depend solely on deliveries. How are you going to go about it? What is it we did? We brought in bicycles. By talking to people, they said, "No, use bicycle." And we bought into that idea. Why someone would have said, "No, let me be saving until I have like 300,000. We buy box, and whosoever is into delivery now will tell you it's crazy. Lagos State is very wonderful. Every day different kinds of papers comes, and when you are arrested, you pay heavily. So we went to the market, we got a bicycle. This is what I was wearing my suit. On top of bicycle, I was going for marketing. There's no pride about it. It was too big for me. There was no pride about it. We're doing it. We go ride the bicycle. We had a basket in front. We could put something. If the food is much, put it inside the basket, inside the box. We put it there. Go deliver. We took our bikes. We took our flyers. I was going for marketing. People needed to hear and to see what we were doing. At times, not just on social, let people see you as the owner of the business. Don't be too big to talk to people. Don't be too big to go out to sell your vision. Don't be too big for that. Even you have more. What is then it was not like Uber. Can you even be paying cab? You can't even be paying cab. We use bicycle for our deliveries. We use bicycle. We're going to offices to do all this. Those were the eras of bulk SMS. You go there, you buy your beats. You say you tag on top there, YUMMIE Delite or pictures are there. We send it. There was nothing like WhatsApp as at 10 years ago, so we couldn't send all those messages, but we could do that through bulk SMSs and also cold calls. One of the hardest things in business is cold calls. I have challenges in it. Thank God I have reception. I have staff that can delegate. That's part of my weakness. A time will come that you start delegating things. The job is becoming bigger. You start reducing, cutting off some things, shedding some responsibilities out of it. These are things my receptionists they do, and they give me a response. Cold calls, you have to call your customers. At times I get pissed off when I see people calling me aggressively. I keep asking, is me that has a need? Allow me to call you now. But they will call you, they will call you, they will call you. So we did a lot of cold calls as at then. We gave out a lot of promos. One of the things we were doing was we were giving free drinks. We were also doing free deliveries. In your own aspect, what do you do? What do you give out? It's a startup business. You've not established any trust or honesty yet. What are the things you can give out? What are the things you can let go? We let go free delivery. And it was actually crazy. Even when we now introduced 100 naira for delivery, we still complaining. And yet you go to other delivery points. Delivery is 500. That's the cheapest they do. But we're doing it for 100 naira. It was still a problem. We discovered we're spending much money on free drinks. When we still stopped, it was still a problem. But it was good. We started with that. We grabbed them. Whatever it is you can use to attract your customers, you have to deploy that. After a while, you gradually withdraw it. Gradually. They will have no option than to stay. They're already used to your services. They're already used to your products. When we remove all those, withdraw all of them, and they still stay. People don't go back again. Because even if you go back, you won't get what we're offering. So whatever business that you are, they don't know you. They don't even trust you. So use those little things to see how you can attract them. I mentioned earlier free delivery services. But the major work was on the back office. That's where your major work is. You see a tailor sampling some beautiful dresses outside. The major work was done on the inside. We were able to set up our systems, set up our structures. Like I said, no customer wants to see your sweat. No matter what it is, at times we're asking ourselves, are these customers okay? It's only us that knows what we pass through. There are some days you'll be sleeping in the office, there are no calls. Around 12 when you see like 50 calls coming in at a time. And you have like two numbers of deliveries. Things are about to be delayed, but you see them calling, where is my this, where is my that? They don't want to see your sweat. Why they hold on? Customers are so funny that they will tell you, come and cater for my event. The event starts by 10. Only for you to get there by, in fact, only for 9 o'clock they start disturbing you. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And you are busy preparing. You say 10 man. They are calling only for you to get to the venue by that 10. 1 o'clock, event has not started. People has not come. People has not come. Event we told us by 5 we are done. By 10 o'clock they have not eaten. No, it's as if nothing has happened. We experienced that at Civic Center. We receive calls upon calls in the morning. They had 2 vendors. One vendor that things got spoiled. And they still blamed the vendor. God so kind for us. We didn't cook anything, we took everything there. We only prepared some things down. When it started, we started launching out. They don't want to see your sweat, they want to see your results. We created standard processes in our business. You have to create standard processes for yourself and for your staff members and for the customers. How did we do this? We use our challenges to create our standard processes. There's a lady called Tracy. She's another good businesswoman. I bought so many materials from her. But still did not fit in what I want for my business. Every challenges we had and how we were able to surmount it was what we used to create our standard processes. How you receive calls, how you treat the customers, how you store numbers, how you do the hours of everything, how we could, for our 10 years in business, that's what we use. Yes, that's what we use. In your own, even in our recipe, what we've been doing consistently, we write these are the things we use as our training materials. A time will come that you want to scale. It's not always do that verbally. Go and write, don't be too lazy about it. Go and write. I think there'll be 4 or 5 lines. Write these things out. That's how we create our own standard process. All the department, even delivery guys, we use that to teach you. Sometimes customer has called that the delivery guy is smelling. The delivery guy talks too much. He does this. We include all these feedbacks. So we'll tell you beforehand. So in case you found out, they will tell you what we're going to do about it. They'll call this guy, your guy is smoked. Because see those guys, these smart trainers are very wonderful. In fact, staffs are very, very wonderful. Yes. I'm not those ones here, but you see great air everywhere. Because of staffs, wow. You will shout, you will talk, you will still pamper. What you see, even when you give them money, the day we are smiling, you give them money. If they want to mess, they will still mess you up. They will still mess you up. So many contracts we have built goes to the test of a meal. When you call them, what happened? But you still pay them. Because of the fear of God, you still pay them. You still pay. The one that they've done that you move one there, they will call it a salary and they will go. Let me not talk much on that. Continue training, continue coaching, continue counseling. That is what part of our system and our structures. You must continue to talk to these people. You will never sleep on your house. You will continue talking to these people. But they are like babies. I have a staff now. This man is above 50. At times I am moved to shout at him. A man that you say, lead my kitchen. To lead. Is he doing what I don't even know? And you ask him, what happened to this thing? He looks so lost. He looks so lost. After the trainings you give, so you virtually keep training, keep talking, keep counseling, keep doing whatever needs to be done. And yet you still get, it still goes out of place and you keep asking them what happened. You see them, They can't even explain. We brought in technology. We brought in a software from China, I guess from China, for $400 and something. Easy, but that's where it was built. We're one of the first companies that had that software. It's not like it captures a lot of things, a whole lot of things. It captures the number of water you need to prepare a meal, the number of salt. As far as you can impute those things, it captures everything. We brought that one in. We brought another one called that was actually built in Abuja in terms of inventories. It captures everything you are doing. In every field that you are in this era of technology, you have to have a proper structure in place. You have to build those things. If you want to scale, if you want to make money in life, if you want to do a one-man business, you will never go far. The day you sick, your business is sick. If you are thinking of scaling, at the eras they start thinking of scaling. Even if it's makeup, think of having outlet, think of having staffs. How do you manage this? How do you control it? So you don't buy a particular thing, 2-3 days is gone. How many times do you use a particular product on somebody's face? How does it last? Start measuring those things. Start putting things in place. Even if it's clothes you are sewing, you should know what it will take. I mean, this thread, how long will it take? So even if your staff are doing something funny, they will know there's a threshold they can never go beyond. Even if they are messing up, even if there's wastage, there's a threshold they can never go beyond. We brought in all those things. What cannot be measured cannot be tracked. That's what I just said. If you cannot measure your business, you cannot track your progress, you don't know that you are succeeding or you are falling, you have 100 this, you don't keep tracks of that, you are not going anywhere. Your staff alone, they will run you down. They will mess you up. If you cannot track what you have in your inventories, if you don't sit down. So recently, I moved everything from my store to my house. If you enter my parlor, it's there. My parlor is quite massive. What am I using all this massive space for? I moved them. Even after having I have these technologies in place, but I still feel when we were doing better, I kept saying something. Okay, something fridge. That was this. It got bad. Okay. You over fried. Okay. It still does not look well. It still does not add up. But I will tell you the gospel truth. I will still pay them. I will still pay them. When I threaten them, but I will not pay everything I get. When you look at the volume of things missing, and you look at let me move their salary, you have empathy. You will still pay. I had to move everything from my store to my house. Please, I'll give you one. If you have a need, so that we will track it. Then I was doing my inventory once in a month, but I said no. Now it has to be every month. At least now it's a new year. We'll talk to ourselves. Even if as the month comes, maybe bigger things will come and might slow down. But at least this new year, let me one week, let's be doing it. Come, let's sit down and do it. So we can track where the issues coming from. CCTV everywhere. Where is this house? What cannot be measured cannot be tracked. For you to be able to scale in your business, you have to do all that. We're also going to look at how we secured capital to push our business. It's not an easy thing. Not an easy thing. Without capital, you can go nowhere. Thank God they've taught us on cash flow. They've talked about business plans. They've talked about total excellence. Without cash flow, cash is like the blood of your business. There are so many times we almost run out of business, but thank God for the things we have laid down. But that company was owing us $1 million plus. One time, London, in elders. So today, when we send our invoice every week, they say they're sending it to China. It will take them there to approve. When they approve, they'll not send it again here. We have done another 2 weeks on it. If they will not pay, in bits. We will end up losing a lot of money from those guys. This week we did something on this amount. You have to pay, you now pay us like 2 or 3 times, you break it. We now started adding this week, you paid us 1, 2, 3. Some companies are so funny that they will owe you. If you are not well established, you will run out of it. They will tell you 1 week. The first week you will pay, somebody will pay after them. Sometimes it enters into months. So cash flow is the blood of any business. Look at how you can manage all that from the onset. Have a proper bookkeeping. It's very, very key. I have so many friends that advise about bookkeeping, but they are very lazy. Laziness is really an issue. No matter what you run into makeups, whether you sell cards, you do buying and selling, whatever it is you do, proper bookkeeping is very, very key. You brought in 10, you ate 2, you sold this, you did this. Proper bookkeeping. And also there must be self-discipline. It takes discipline. It takes discipline for you to be a good entrepreneur. You must discipline yourself. So many times I will tell me, don't take anything called Maggi or salt to the house. Don't take it. Go there and buy it. If it was not in this office, shake it, buy them. Go there and buy it. It takes self-discipline to put things in place. It takes self-discipline to do it, to sit down and say, I want to write these things. I want to do this. You have to bank all receivables. A friend of mine is doing so well in business, and when he goes to a bank, they don't give him shishi. Far more than me. He is so lazy to go to the bank. He will do it immediately. Let it just be something happening. Never. If as you are giving him cash, now he calls his suppliers, he spends all of them, he keeps the rest. And whenever he goes, they'll come and see a big structure, and yet they can't give him any money. Because his business is not this, account is not yes. So you have to bank everything receivables. That's what we do at YUMMIE, that we bank everything. Not that we do a lot of things. When we got a call, the money, all the money I was accepting for was from microfinance, and it was just 1 million. That is, the loan was 1.5 million from microfinance. Somebody called and come and said, can you access 10 million? For the first time in my life, I've seen that kind of money in my account. It was from GT. Why? Because they saw this thing. We were so disciplined enough. We banked everything. You don't touch anything that was not approved by me, and I will not even approve it. Don't bank it. You have a card, I'll tell you go and withdraw. You bank it here in this account, we withdraw from each other account. We were so disciplined. Even Lagos, they gave us a fund. Another old fund. Because when we present our bank statement, when you see our statement for 3 months, you'll be marveled. Not that there's anything in it. They'll buy something of 1,000, they transfer. Oh, please transfer. Transfer. Come on, everything goes through it. So you see that something is happening. Not that we're doing so well. We're not doing so well. But because we're disciplined enough to make sure we establish this, and it went. We also had a good relationship with all our bankers. It wasn't all about us. You bank there, you go out. That time we bank in there, we tip them. At times we send food for our bankers. Any day I see any of my banker friends posting happy birthday, take them on our way, we send something to them. Because no matter how strict you think those guys are, no matter what you think, they are still humans. There's always a human factor to everything. Today I have a good relationship with my tax guys. Before I created those guys. But when I started having a relationship, when I go into tax office today, they are so friendly because what? I give them this, I give them food. They make everything easier for me. In fact, they'll be telling me what I'm supposed to do. Because they have never charged me for personal assessment, I've been paying my tax. But they charged me for 3 years. I was asking, is it because of election? You guys are coming after companies. You tax me almost 500,000 for 3 years, a personal assessment. I called one of them told me I should go there, I should do this, I should say this, I should say that. At the end, I end up paying less than 50,000. For some of those people, up to that amount. Relationship. Good relationship with your bankers. And finally, you have to bank for a while. You have to bank for a while before you think of having any facility. It's not something you rush. By the time they establish, they will come calling. That was one of our prayer points at that time. They will come calling. After you have risen and you have shined this year, kings and priests, they will come to your shining. Amen. Amen. By the time you start doing this, they are the ones that will call you. They're the ones that will call you. Don't you want this? Don't you want? Today they are the ones calling. In conclusion, I'll leave you with this. If you're an entrepreneur, please be an ardent reader. Let it be like an addiction. Be an ardent reader. And that today I have more than 1,500 ebooks. and are very close to 100. I won't have hard copy as well. Be an ardent trader. If you don't read, you don't read. In conclusion, there's a book I read called All in Startup, because we're looking at startup, by Diana Kanda. If by Paraventure you need books, please let me know. Business books, spiritual books, Akim, children, all kinds of books, novels. He says the way to start a successful business company is to solve problems that your customers are already experiencing, rather than try to convince them that the problem exists. Why are you stressing them? Solve the ones they're already experiencing, not the ones they never knew existed. It will take you time. It will take you time to break even if you want to go through that route. Put your customers and their needs before your vision for a solution. Yes, it is your vision. Yes, it is your business. Yes, it is your passion, but you are not there for yourself. That's what I'm saying. Passion, you can start there with passion, but you cannot run a business out of passion. You need to understand what your customers want. Your customer does not want what your passion offers. You are in business for your customers. Passion will make you blind to see a lot of things. We're running a business. When we want to do our pricing at those days, our costing was this way. We'll do our costing, we'll count some things, we'll now add like 200 on top. Maybe our costing was 800, so let's make it that extra 200. 200 was our profit. We did not calculate some costs. We did not understand there was something called food cost in a business. Your own business, you have it. Do you know that every food you eat in a standard restaurant, it takes 35% to prepare that food? That's in food business, 35%. A food of 1,000, it takes them 350 naira to prepare that food. That's the standard calculation in food business. We never knew this. You cannot calculate how much is the water, the matches, gas. That's what you cannot calculate. So every food for food business is 30%. Another 30% goes for those costs that you cannot quantify. Those things you cannot calculate. Maybe salary as well. Maybe your house rent, the shop rent rather. Some things you cannot quantify. The other 30% is your profit. That's how it's being done in food business. In other places, you need to understand what happens. Or else, you will not go far. Companies don't go out of business because they fail to build a product. Companies go out of business because they fail to build anything that people want. And finally, people don't buy visionary products, people buy solutions to their problem. So if your product is not a solution, no matter how fine it is, no matter how well packaged it is, if it's not a solution to their problems, you will not break through. Finally, thank you. I also want to encourage us, follow us on social media. I did that yesterday with the 2 members that came in. We have a functioning website. That is my number. We on all social media. Kindly do us that favor by following us and comment where needed. Once again, thank you very much for listening.